on guys, K, and today we're back with another video, and today we're doing a really highly requested video, and it's a drifting tutorial. You guys have asked for this tutorial for so long right now, so today I'm basically gonna try to teach you how to drift your supermoto. This applies to like pretty much all bikes. You could use these techniques on a 50cc, 125, 450, maybe a sports bike. It's pretty much the same technique on all bikes. The thing with drifting is that it's so hard just because first of all it's a big fear. It's a lot of techniques and small stuff you have to do to just be able to drift, but I'm gonna show you step by step how you can go from a beginner into Arthur Stenberg. Just kidding about that part. I'm not gonna teach you how to be like Arthur Stenberg. I'm gonna at least teach you how to get on my level, and I think that's doable. Alright, so first of all, when going into drifts, most people think that it's all about giving the power, and it always looks like that, but that's not the case at all. It's not about the power, it's about the lean angle. When you're drifting, you want to be on this part of the tire. You always want to be here. Can you see my tire here? It's brand new. I've used it for 1 day and it already looks like this because I'm only riding on this part. If you look at the tire, we're down here. It's all about the lean angle. As long as you're on this part of the tire, you won't have any grip at all. So I'm gonna teach you some small steps you can do to master the drifting technique as a beginner. If you're experienced, you can just go into drift like this, but that's not what you do in the beginning. In the beginning you want to just get used to the lean angle, okay? So maybe you can do this. You tilt your bars like this and you lean the bike down, and then you give gas. And then you jump around like this. That's what you can do in the beginning. Just jump around. And one thing that's really crucial for doing a drift is where you sit on your seat. Most people, they sit here, and when you sit here you won't be able to put your foot up. If you're here, you're both putting too much weight on the rear end, and every time you give gas you get a too much big of a swing. So you want to sit here, you want to sit as far up as possible. If you look at the drift king Arthur Stenberg, he's always sitting here and his head is here. And I'm also trying to get used to that, but it's so hard. You want to lean in more than the bike does and be really far up on the bike. It sounds easier than it is. For sure. If you practice what I did there a couple times, maybe you stand with the bike leaned as far as possible and just try to spin around your foot. Maybe try practicing go forward, stop, lean the bike, and then go back. That's all you gotta practice in the beginning, really. And when you're used to that, then you can start doing more of the drifts. Because you know, people, they always skid into the circle of doing a drift by locking the tire, but you don't really have to do that. That's more of a style point than it is being useful. But when you master it, it's actually easier. Well, you can actually start a drift by leaning the bike and giving gas like this, popping the clutch. You can actually start the drift by doing that, but I prefer to skid in by locking the tire. And one thing that people have trouble with when drifting is that they can't put up their foot, and mostly that's both because they're sitting too far back, but also that they do too small of circles. You want to be in a little bit higher speed and also do wider circles. I'm gonna show you here. Pretty much how what a drift looks like, and you probably know that, but you gotta skid in, lock the brake, and have the right angle, guys. That's all it is. Have the right angle and give a fair amount of gas. Don't be afraid. Don't be too afraid to do it. But then you could also do it to the other side. But I'm actually really bad at doing right hand drifts. I haven't really practiced that, but I mean, I can try. See, I can do it a little bit, but not too good. One thing you also could do in the beginning, before you even try to attempt this, is to start doing rolling burnouts with your front brake. You could start with your front brake and try to get more and more speed in the rolling burnouts, and then eventually when you're better at that, you could go attempt this again. Maybe go back, watch this video a couple of times and just get reminded of the techniques. There's not really that much to it. It's more of just your fear. It's mostly in your brain, and you gotta give plenty of gas to get it loose. Don't drop the throttle. When you get it loose, keep it loose. Don't drop the throttle, because then you get grip again. And as long as your angle is enough, you won't really need that much gas. I've seen people do it on like stock 50cc bike, and that's just mental. You gotta have so much lean. You gotta be so far out on tire that you don't have any grip at all. And another technique you could try if you want to is to put like silicone or tire shine on your tire. Then it will get so slippery. But one thing I actually did when I was starting to practice was that starting in rain. It was like full of rain here. I went out to try it because it's so much easier to do it when it's wet. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna do some more and explain some more stuff that's to it. That was fun. But what I was talking about in the beginning was using the front brake. What I would recommend you doing then is like put up the second gear. Second gear is a pretty good gear to start in, and have a little bit like this, a little bit of front brake. You could actually go pretty. You go quicker and quicker, you know. You practice more and more. So much easier to control. You can like drop your hand and do whatever you want, pretty much. That's pretty much. I don't think there's actually that much more to it. It's just to practice and you'll eventually get it. It's mostly in your head. It's in your head. And if you want to learn how to wheelie, you could do that too by watching my other videos. The link is down in the description below. And yeah, I think that's pretty much how you drift. If you get any success or have more tips, please comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.